welcome to another episode of Mick and the Fat Man, coming to you live from the Mick and the Fat Man studios, where we are talking life, music, and everything. Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Mick and the Fat Man, Series 3, episode number 14. G'day, Mick. Happy rock and roll to you, sir. How are you travelling?
I am doing just fine, mate. Just fine, and a happy rock and roll to you. I see we've adopted that as our welcome to the podcast.
It is now official,
and it's an appropriate one.
It's I've had it trademarked. It's been put into the trademark office in wherever the fuck that is, and it's all sorted.
But I saw the paper that you put in, and it just had Happy Rugby League with crossed out, and you'd write Happy Rock and Roll.
Yeah, well, they'd already done all the work, so I figured I'll just make it happen.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now, just 1 second here, Mick. I need to get your juices flowing again, so just hold on. Here we go. Mick and the Fat Man's Rock News. That's right, Mick. It's rock news again. There is so much exciting stuff going on in the wonderful world of rock and roll amongst the geriatrics that we follow. Now, our favourite Pink Floyd person, which is Roger Waters, he says that he is heading to Frankfurt despite the local authorities banning his concert. He's going. It all gets stuffed. His tour was stopped, was cancelled by the council amid accusations that Waters is anti-Semitic. He called the move unjustifiable and last month said he has instructed his lawyers, he's lawyered up, to fight the cancellation along with another one in Munich on May the 21st. At the time of the cancellations, Waters issued a statement condemning them as unconstitutional. He knows his German law. Without justification and based on the false accusation that Roger Waters is anti-Semitic, which he is not.
Look, I think that by the time this episode goes to air, we'll know the outcome of this because it'll be past May 21.
I know, we'll know. So if people can make comment and let us know on this, what's going on. I hope he goes. And I hope there's mass riots in the street for and against him. It'd be great.
I can't see it happening, really.
No, I don't think he's going.
Now, listen, but has Mr. Frankfurt contacted you yet?
No, not yet.
No email, no text message, no pigeon with a little thing wrapped around its leg, nothing?
Just a dick pic. That's all I got so far.
Well, it's a start.
It's a start. I'm just waiting for something written underneath it. Anyway, it's all I've got so far. It's a good dick. But it's just a dick pic. Now, just moving right along there, Brian Johnson of AC/DC fame.
He's my second favourite singer with AC/DC.
Me too. But he's probably my favourite car enthusiast in AC/DC,
true.
Without doubt. A statue of Brian Johnson has been erected in Belgium.
Where else?
Well, I'm thinking, I can't believe the fit. I mean, it's just perfect. I think, you go AC/DC, you think Belgium, don't you? In particular, Namur, Belgium, was organised by the local radio station RTBF. The statue was placed as a tribute to the AC/DC singer's first live performance with the band, which was at their stadium in 1980. Several hundred fans attended the unveiling of the several hundred fans attended the unveiling.
That's fair. I mean, if they told us in advance, we could have got lots more than that out.
We could have popped over. We should have bloody gone, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should have.
No, what's going on?
Didn't even get their email until after the date. Hopeless.
Now, this September the 23rd, you and I are going to be able to say Happy Bruce Springsteen Day.
Fantastic. And I think we will.
I think we will. So
if we remember.
We've got Happy Rock and Roll. When we get closer there, we'll just do a whole bunch that's Happy Bruce Springsteen to you, sir. Because the governor of New Jersey has officially declared Bruce Springsteen's birthday, September the 23rd, to be Bruce Springsteen Day. He made the announcement at the inaugural American Music Honors, which were held at the Bruce Springsteen Archives Center for American Music and at Monmouth University. So Bruce Springsteen is one of the most recognisable icon and influential musicians and New Jerseyans of all time. He said that while standing in front of the Bruce Springsteen toilet block just down the street from the Bruce Springsteen highway, and also which is where you will find the Bruce Springsteen Auditorium. It's important that we recognise Bruce for all he has done and what he continues to do, from giving us the gift of this music to leading his time to the causes close to his heart. So fantastic stuff, Bruce Springsteen Day. I don't know, can we get a T-shirt printed? Do you think we can get a T-shirt minted?
I think we should. Mick and the Fat Man wish you all Happy Bruce Springsteen Day.
When we're kayaking, we'll have a little flag for that little
Bruce,
which will as the parachute unfurls. That they have those flags they fly behind. Mm-hmm. We'll have one that says Happy Bruce Springsteen Day.
I like it.
It'll look good.
Can't we have it written on the parachute so it expands? People are looking at the parachute, because it'll be filmed.
It's a good idea.
And as the parachute expands, it'll be white. Oh, there's something on that.
What's that?
What's that, indeed?
It's a red handkerchief.
Oh, now you're thinking.
Or we just go subtle as.
Subtle as. You don't have to put Happy Bruce Springsteen Day. Just have a red handkerchief in his back pocket and a hat.
That's all we need.
Eh?
That's all we need.
People will know what it is.
Yep. So we will honour Bruce in a similar way. He is starting another concert tour this year, which is fantastic. And as we said in our last episode, or was it the one before? I don't remember now. He's going to be helping out doing. So there's a whole bunch of elderly musos going on the road this year in the US. Yep. Bruce is helping out. He's going to be doing a bit of feeding some of the old folk. Tending to their needs, their
pushing the wheelchairs,
personal hygiene needs, and also orientating them to time and space. So they'll get to George Thorogood and they'll say, "George, where are you, mate?" I'm not sure. You're in New Jersey, mate. Oh yeah, New Jersey. What are you doing here? Come for lunch. No, mate, you're doing a concert. All right. Yeah, concert. So what do you play? I don't play anything. No, you play guitar, mate. You're one of the best guitar players in the history of rock guitar. Me? Yes, you, George. Oh, could I have some more of that pureed mince? So Bruce is going to be there. He's going to be helping them out. Say, okay, George, come on over. You come here, and all that sort of stuff. Pity David Crosby's not alive because he'd love to have helped David out. But yes, he'll be getting out there with Rick. Rick, over here, mate. Fuck off, Rick. Settle down. I want a fucking beer. Oh, gee, it's going to be tough, isn't it?
It will be tough.
But luckily, Bruce is there. Bruce is the fittest of the elderly people there. Works out. He does these fucking 45-hour concerts. They go for ages, these concerts. He's got a back catalogue that could sink a battleship.
You've got to take a picnic basket to his concerts.
Oh, you need more than a picnic basket. You need catering. Now, this is something that I know you are going to love. And a big shout out to our friend Margaret, who is a big fan of this. But Yes are pleased to announce their new studio album, Mirror to the Sky.
Fantastic. Another one. Another
Yes album. Just when you thought you couldn't get enough Yes, you can get a little bit more. So Steve Howe has said, this is a very important album for the band. He's the longest serving member. He's a master guitarist. I hadn't realised he was a master guitarist.
Wow.
And he's the producer of Mirror in the Sky. We kept the continuity in the approach we established on The Quest, so that was the previous album. Mm-hmm. We haven't repeated ourselves, which is good. I know you were worried about that. You said, gee, I don't repeat themselves. That was the main thing, and Yes did in the as Yes did in the 70s, from one album to the other. So this is interesting.
They repeated themselves.
He says we haven't repeated ourselves as Yes did in the 70s from one album to another. We're going forward. So it's only taken them 50 years, but they finally put out an album that's different to the other ones, which is great.
I think that's wonderful. They've finally realised that time marches on.
So they thought, all right, okay, we put out 20 albums that all sound the same. Let's put out one that's different. So I can't believe you fucking said that. Yeah, all our albums sounded the same, so we thought we'd do a different one.
I'm sure that's not what he said. I'm sure they believe that all their albums sound different.
Look, I think much like Fox News dishes up bullshit to their listening audience because that's what they want to hear, Yes probably did the same thing. Dished up bullshit because that's what their audience wanted to hear.
Okay. And none of them actually believes it.
That's right.
Oh, so, fair enough, yeah.
Now, we talked about George going on tour, George Thorogood. He's not well.
Hasn't been for some time.
He's come over real crook. He's got a very serious medical condition. And so he's had to cancel his performances. It's with great sadness we must announce the cancellation of our Canadian and US tour dates. The band announced George has been diagnosed with a very serious medical condition that will require immediate surgery, Jesus, and quite a few weeks recuperating and healing. So that's sad. That is sad.
It's very sad.
So we thank Bruce for offering to help George with his daily cares, but we've got other work for him. There's plenty of other old people that he can help with, so that's good news.
Yep.
Speaking of getting ill, Gene Simmons.
Not Gene.
Gene. He had a bit of a, well, it says an unspecified health issue. Simmons issued a statement on Twitter Thursday morning to clarify that he was okay following a bout of dehydration. Forgot to drink.
You forget to drink, you're blowing flames all night. Easy to see.
So, hey everybody, thanks for the good wishes. I'm fine, he wrote. Yesterday at Manor Stadium in Brazil, I experienced weakness because of dehydration. We stopped for about 5 minutes. I drank some water and then all was well. Nothing serious. We'll be up and running tomorrow at Bogota Stadium. So that's good news that they're going to get to Bogota. We'll see you there. There's a picture of him actually just sitting on a chair in the middle of the stage. He's a little bit tired and emotional, he looks.
So they've got in their little water bottle, they've got the equivalent of the magic sponge.
Yeah, it's magic water, and he's come good. So this is why we need Bruce to keep the fluids up to them. This is a common problem with the elderly. They forget to drink. They don't drink because they don't like to get up in the middle of the night and go for a pee. And when you're wearing nappies, you've got to change them all the time. So it's really problematic. But they've got to drink. If they don't drink, they'll get urinary tract infections. And this is really important. So I call out to all the elderly musicians out there, if you're going to go on stage, you need to make sure you keep your hydration up. Gene Simmons is the perfect example of not doing that. You need to keep the hydration up. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble. I think maybe what we'll do, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, Mick. Maybe what we can do, we can send out a message to everybody, all the big stadiums in the US where all these bands are going to be going to, and just have a big sign saying, don't forget to drink your water for the elderly folk as they go on. And we have a little sign on the front of the Zimmer frame saying, don't forget to drink some water.
They can put it on the fold-back boxes.
Yep.
Or at the back of the stadium.
They need big signs, though, because their eyesight's a bit shot.
Yeah. Well, they could have it subliminal appearance on the big screen of the band right at the back.
Yeah, something.
So they, the big screen where they look up and say, "Oh, that's us. Oh, yeah, we're Kiss." Yeah,
yeah, something like that, just to help them out. We need something because if they're not going to drink, they're going to get in trouble. They're going to get urinary tract infections. They're going to get dehydrated. So a call out to all you rock stars out there. Graham Nash in particular, I'm worried about him. He's going on tour. He's looking frail to me. I'm saying to you, Graham, keep up the fluids. It's good for your hydration. You're going to get out there in front of, like 10,000 people playing your old ditties. And, he's going to be – see, this is what he's going to do. He's going to get worried. He's going to go on stage and think, the bladder's not working as good as it used to. He's got a little bit of frequency. He doesn't want to go off in the middle of the concert, so he doesn't drink. So
it's a worry, isn't it?
We need to get Bruce out there managing fluid intake on all of those people out there. They'll respect Bruce. This is why I'm saying Bruce Springsteen.
That's important, yeah.
So they say, it's Bruce telling me to drink, not my nurse.
Yeah.
They'll need to have a nurse and a doctor on stage with them as well, I think.
Besides, off the side, not where the audience can't see it straight away.
Unless, I didn't think of this. What we can have with all the backing singers is make sure one of them is a registered nurse who can sing and also administer cares. So halfway through the concert, one of the backing singers comes up. No one knows that they're a nurse. Comes up and goes, "Go, Graham. There you go. Okay, it's all right, mate. Have a little bit of water. Did you want some of the pureed pumpkin? Or are you right? Okay, that's okay. It's got to be cold, I know." And he said, "I'd like a steak." You can't eat steak. Your swallow's no good. You have to have the thickened fluids. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Look, I just feel happy that we can help some of these blokes out. Because they're just going to be in trouble otherwise. We're going to have them falling all over the place. Sitting down.
It's so untidy.
Anyway, let's move on. 1001 albums you must listen to before you cark it, old son. Big Bad Bob. I once again, look, I'm not randomly choosing them this time. I'm just going straight to something we know so that we don't have to put too much research into it. Because you put a lot of research into all the other stuff and I thought, fuck, we don't want to do any more research. We already know the album. We just talk about it. I know you probably put research in, but I certainly didn't. The Wall. The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, yeah.
Produced, once again, by Various.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a look. I'll look that up. No. Artwork was by Gerald Scarfe and Roger Waters.
You got a bloody co-credit on every damn thing.
He wants his name on everything. The length is 81 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, that's a double album back in the day.
Yep.
In the Australian charts, it got to number 1, and it was there for 88 weeks.
And rightly so.
Now, interestingly, Dark Side of the Moon only got to number 2. However,
it was there for 3 years.
It was in there for 142 weeks. And for those of us who remember back in the day when Triple M used to have their top songs of the year every year, Money used to be there forever. It was there forever, ever. Oh, and Dark Side of the Moon. That was the other.
Yep.
Not Dark Side of the Moon. Yep. Stairway to Heaven, I beg your pardon. Stairway to Heaven. They were the two songs that were there all the time. Anyway, I just... someone wrote, Pink Floyd's 12th album, The Wall, is the most startling rhetorical achievement in the group's singular 13-year career. Stretching his talents over 4 sides. Floyd bassist Roger Waters, who wrote all the words, so I think he means the lyrics, and the majority of the music here projects a dark, multi-layered vision of post-World War II Western British society, so unremittingly dismal and acidulous that it makes contemporary gloom-mongers such as Randy Newman or Nico, hello, seem like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Mick?
Nico's never been compared to Tinkerbell ever.
That's right.
He's done well.
He's saying that it makes them look like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, so they're not. So anyway, Mick, give us a bit of a rundown on the old Wall.
Mate, look, I think this is a stunning album. It's an absolutely brilliant album. I know if I don't like an album, I can be quite clear about that. Yeah, I think you may have noticed that. But this is just. There are some, and I must say I'm with them, who would tell you that this is Pink Floyd's best album. There's a lot who'll fall over and have a real problem when they realise that Dark Side of the Moon is in that list as well. But this is an absolutely extraordinary piece of work. Sure, it's Waters, but this couldn't be an album without, at the very least, David Gilmour. Yeah, and I think a lot of people, including Roger Waters, believe that Roger Waters did everything on this album. But yeah, even Waters has conceded that this album couldn't be this album without David Gilmour, who, for my money, easily ranks a place in the top 10 guitarists of all time.
Who are you going to get a Roger Waters sound out originally? Like you say, okay, let's create this album. It's a brand new album. Plenty of people can copy Roger Waters, but who's going to create the Roger Waters sound apart from Roger Waters?
Yeah.
What am I saying? David Gilmour.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Nobody else did. Yeah.
But David Gilmour's sound is David Gilmour's sound. He's one of the great Stratocaster players of the world, and sensational.
He is sensational. But let me take issue with something that you said right at the start there. Producer Various. You know who the bloody producer is of this album?
Roger Waters?
Bob Ezrin.
Oh, that's right. It was too.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, I've done it wrong. I've taken that from the previous one.
You took one of those red tablets again, didn't you?
No, you know what it is? I copied the whole thing from the previous show notes. It is Bob Ezrin, isn't it? I knew that.
This is another wonderful piece that cements the legend that is Bob Ezrin in our minds. I'll come back to Bob in a moment. The album itself is a masterwork by Pink Floyd as a group. Now, Waters has been very critical of the other two, Nick Mason and Rick Wright. But even then, I had another listen to it, and you listen, the washes of sound and the drumming, they're great. Even if they were there just showing up, their showing up is a hell of a lot better than most other people's bloody brain work for years. Yeah, and they did some really, really good stuff. It's got a series of tropes on this album, which... Look at the loneliness of a rock singer, struggling to deal with the death of his father who died in World War II. Thank God we won't have to listen to anyone else whinging about World War II because they're all dead.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, and Waters, every song is imbued with Roger Waters saying, "Nobody loves me." Yeah. And that's because of the way you bloody carry on, Roger. Now, why can't you just accept that you are an exceptional talent, working with exceptional people, from a producer to a guitarist to other people, and that you produced one of my favourite and one of the world's favourite pieces of work, and that's this album. Now, if that sounds like I'm putting it on Roger, maybe I am, but wake up to yourself, boyo. You've done a great job here. It's a really terrific album. I love it. Bob Ezrin. He is the producer of some of our favourite stuff of all time.
Very much so.
Yeah. He's, particularly of the 70s, Berlin by Lou Reed. And I know you love Berlin. Ever since we did it, you came to that album with a perception that it was miserable.
A bias. It was a bias.
It was unfair. And now, having listened to it, you've even put your razor blades away.
Well, I've used them.
Welcome to My Nightmare and $1 Billion Babies by Alice Cooper. Peter Gabriel's first album. Yeah, remember Gabriel wanted to completely change his image?
Yeah.
And he sure did. He got Bob Ezrin in. Yeah. He did some Kiss work. Didn't change their image. No. They're still the same.
No, that's right. You shouldn't either.
But do you know who else he's worked with?
Who?
The Hollywood Vampires.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Yes. He didn't do the Jeff Beck collaboration.
No.
Hedy Lamarr, which you played a few weeks ago to great effect.
Yeah.
But he did do their 2015 album, The Hollywood Vampires. Alice Cooper, who's the singer who got bashed around by his girlfriend? Not the singer, the actor.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, yeah.
You said Johnny Depp 5 seconds ago.
Oh yeah, well, I'm having a mental breakdown. So he did that album as well. So Bob Ezrin is an absolutely fabulous producer, and he's completely changed Pink Floyd from what they were. This is, at the very least, it's of a calibre the same as Dark Side of the Moon. He's miles away. He's just picked the band up, kicking and screaming, thrown them in the back of a truck and gone to the other side of the rock and roll world compared to Wish You Were Here. The found sounds recordings, unusual instrumentation,
aeroplanes,
all sorts of things. He's just done a brilliant job. I've got to be careful not to go on too long because I could do a whole episode on this album. I just think it is so good. It can be listened to as individual songs, but it works better. It's like a movie. If you listen to it in one piece, it works best. The individual songs are so strong. Remember we talked about overrated a while back, and we said, and we read a list by somebody who had written, and he said, another brick in the wall is overrated because the radio stations play it.
Yes.
Well, they only play one bloody version of it. It's like a motif that keeps appearing through this rock opera, which is The Wall.
But that song goes on for quite a while. The single was only just a little snippet of it, realistically.
Yeah. And not to mention some fabulous guitar playing.
Now, question.
Yes.
Did he steal some of the idea from Tommy?
There's some similarities in there, isn't there? Yeah.
Like getting you bricked into a wall, the wall of your mind, and Tommy, can't talk or any of that because of the, because his mind is encapsulated him.
Tommy, can you hear me?
So, I'm thinking Roger's done a little bit of stealing, a little bit.
Yeah.
He's put his own spin on it, but there's a little, he would have known what Tommy was back in the day.
Absolutely. I never thought of that, and I think that's very perceptive of you, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
You've done very well indeed.
I win two finger clap.
2-finger clap. You've done very well. Look, but it is done very, very much differently to Tommy.
Oh, totally.
Tommy's got some great songs on it, and I love Tommy. It's particularly the rock industry version, the stage version that they did. That was really good, rather than just Daltrey singing.
It's a very different, very, very different, far more commercial product as well.
Yeah. Look, the story's told through a series of vignettes. A good friend of ours told me that he couldn't understand the album. I didn't understand what the album was all about until he got stoned one time and then sat down and listened to it. And it actually starts with Pink Floyd, in concert, saying, "You've come to see this band and feel the warmth of the Space Cadet glow," right, which is Pink Floyd. Well, I got some pretty bad news for you, sunshine. Pink isn't well. He stayed back at the hotel. So they've sent us along as a surrogate band. We're going to find out where you really stand. and so that's how it starts. And it goes like a movie. It just keeps flashing back to incidents in Pink, Waters' life, how he got from being an ordinary person who was born and like the rest of us, and how he got from that to being this vile rock star.
Now, who do you think has done the best cover version of The Wall?
I know you've got a lovely little version there. Not a lot of people have done cover versions of stuff on this album because it's so unique.
However, I have found a little one by Sister Scissors.
The Scissor Sisters,
Scissor
for
Sisters,
that matter.
Yeah, both of them, the two of them, of Comfortably Numb. We'll have a chat about that. We get there eventually.
Hello. Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anybody home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can need your hand.
I think I could survive without you playing that for me again.
Yeah. It's just so out of. It's just a bit weird.
It's
isn't it?
definitely so.
I don't know why they bothered.
Exactly. A cover should add something to the song, and it doesn't.
They could have put that music to anything, any set of words that they wanted to. Anyway, Thank you, Scissor,
Yeah.
and your sisters.
Do you want a quote? Gilmore says, I think things like comfortably numb were the last embers of mine and Roger's ability to work collaboratively together. And that's a later quote from Gilmore. So, yeah, as we've discussed.
Well, they parted ways after that, didn't they?
They did, yeah. And they kept going Pink Floyd for a while, and Waters sued to try and stop them using it, but that didn't work and it was never going to work.
I mean, you can't have it both ways, can you? You can't say, I'm the only force of Pink Floyd and I want to use the name even though I don't want to use... You can't use the name because I am Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
You fucking goose.
Yeah. And after that... I think after Waters left, it ceased being Pink Floyd. They played some nice stuff. Division Bell was okay. But increasingly, the one thing about Gilmore is he's an absolutely stellar guitar player, but he doesn't have that edge or that level of aggression that Jimmy Page has, for instance.
I think it became more of a David Gilmour band, you know,
Yeah.
which is good.
Nothing wrong with that. But it needed Waters for that edge, that Dark Side of the Moon stuff, the early stuff that they wrote, Wish You Were Here, all of that. For all of his painfulness, he added the edge that was Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I agree.
So this album is just bloody fantastic, and I think they're in the show notes. You know, people should have a. If you don't know it, if you took it at the time and just had to listen to Another Brick in the Wall and thinks, yeah, I know that album. You don't.
Oh no!
It's really good. Urge you to have a listen to it, and if nothing else, pick up a common theme amongst British rock stars, and that's that they hate their teachers.
Well, the whole school system over there is so different to here,
Isn't it just?
so
Yes.
different to here. You know, even down to things like, you know, you get lunch at school and all this sort of weird stuff.
Yep.
There was a whole Anyway, I think we should move on, sir.
Absolutely. Yep.
I think you should go over there and grab that Globite school bag and
Come on,
open it up.
over here.
Open it up. Hold on. I've got a proper sound effect now. Here it goes. You ready?
So was that me walking over or opening the case?
I'm going to get a click eventually.
Oh, look,
It's coming.
oh, look. The case is opened, and inside is Marianne Faithfull.
Oh, what's she doing in there?
She's singing.
It's a big bag, isn't it?
Well, she's not a big woman. She's
Not anymore.
no. She's
Like, how old is she?
quite heading towards David Crosby's age.
Oh,
Yeah, but
dead.
David. Oh, not David Crosby. Sorry, Graham Nash. Yeah. Well, that was a bit sad, wasn't it? Yeah. Now, a long while back, listener Ian, asked us to look at a show based on comebacks or career revivals. Now, isn't Marianne Faithfull a perfect one? She started off in the 60s, you know, with an elfin sort of voice. Did you know that Here, There and Everywhere by the Beatles, which was written by McCartney, was his attempt to sing like Marianne Faithfull?
No, I did not.
There you go.
There you go.
He liked her voice so much that he tried to sing that particular song like Marianne Faithfull. Now, Marianne Faithfull, I've seen her a few times. Have you seen her?
No.
No. She's several times at the Enmore Theatre in Newtown, which is a great place to see bands. I've seen a lot of people at Enmore.
It is good.
Did you know that the Enmore Theatre is the longest running live theatre in Sydney?
No.
It's fantastic. There's a piece of interesting information.
That's interesting.
It is, because it's been going since about 1920.
Yeah, I guess the state has always... because the state went into movies for quite a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
And that actually has the organ that comes out of the
the
floor.
state's lovely. The
Yeah,
state's,
it's fantastic.
but the Enmore is also a really good place to see bands. It's got a nice feel to it. It's a good mid-sized venue, about 2,000 seats, and all of the people I've been to see, there's been a full house, 2,000 ticket sales. It keeps everyone eating quite well.
Because it's easily accessible, quite easily accessible to get there and stuff.
Yep.
Like It's a great, good
Yep.
place, good restaurants around it. And things.
Absolutely, yeah. Now live, she's not an oversharer. She doesn't get in there and tell stories about how the day she was recording this album and the day she saw somebody and loved their songs and blah blah blah. But she does acknowledge the audience and talk about, like, if she's doing a song by Will Oldham, she'll talk to the rest of her band and say, We like Will Oldham, don't we? We love him. That sort of thing. She's a bit like Leonard Cohen, who says a few things to the audience and acknowledges them, but he's not a raconteur up on stage. And she actually covered in the 2000s a Leonard Cohen song, Tower of Song.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that was nice.
Oh, she's not that old. She's only 76.
Only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So she could probably help out some of the aging stars when they're going on.
She could help Bruce Springsteen.
She can give Bruce a hand.
Well, I think that's good, yeah. I think we should volunteer her for that and then let her know what we've done.
Yeah. I'll give her a call.
Yeah. She doesn't change her songs for a live setting. She simply, in fact, if anything, she simplifies her songs. So there's a little less of the production elements that are in various songs, and it's her just singing with a very simplified backing on stage. Because she doesn't really have a soaring sort of voice. Her voice is not a David Surkamp from Pavlov's Dog that we spoke about last week. No. So no, she has a voice that's been ravaged by her lifestyle. She started out in the 60s with an elfin sort of voice. And, As Tears Go By, do you recall that song? I sit and watch as tears go. The Stones did it, and she did it. And very, very nice and delicate, but years of drug abuse and alcoholism and severe laryngitis dropped her voice down to that raspy.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
And she's another victim of the Rolling Stones orbit.
Oh,
yeah. She was Mick Jagger's. She was Mick Jagger's girlfriend.
Yep.
And came out here. She had a Medivac in 1969. She had a barbiturate overdose when she was out here, and I can remember. I didn't know who she was because only wee little fellow, but she was flown home. Hey?
A wee little lad.
A wee little lad. Hey?
Go on, sorry.
So she gets sent home, because she's crook, and we know how that involvement with the Rolling Stones ends. She ended up addicted to heroin, and her life for the next 10 years or so was stuffed. Mick Taylor, Brian Jones, Keith, all of them, Graham Parsons, all of them to one state or another. Heroin's destroyed their life. I don't know how. Maybe Keith's not alive. Maybe it's somebody else.
No.
No, nobody else could be Keith. Yeah.
There's so many great memes of Keith. The one I love is Adam and Eve walking along, and God's talking to Adam, and Adam goes to God, "Who's that?" Pointing to Keith Richards, and God goes, "I don't know. He was here when I got here."
You've fallen out of the coconut tree. So Marianne was Mick Jagger's girlfriend.
Yep.
But they've all issued, Mick and Keith have all issued tell-all biographies since. Oh. And Keith claims that he slept with her as well, and it's in Marianne's book as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
Way to go.
Good on her.
And Keith's commented in his book that the reason Marianne was not with him anymore was she was unimpressed with his small todger.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And he put that in a book, and I thought, well, there's a good way to keep your bandmates happy. And they're still together.
There you go.
And there was even a belief that Mick Jagger wrote Wild Horses for Marianne Faithfull. Not true.
Oh.
Well, it's been denied by everybody. And
did she write the song about Keith, the Ballad of the Small Todger?
No, she didn't. No.
Ah, right.
No. That got left off the album.
I've got a small todger.
Oh, cooey. So the reason that she overdosed when she was here in Sydney was apparently she caught Jagger on the job with another girl.
Oh.
Yes, should have been no surprise. She should have known.
I believe that.
I know, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
Mick Jagger was with a different woman.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought?
What year was this, do you think?
69.
The year got him going, didn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. So she, look, and we've talked about Marianne's addiction to heroin in the episode we did about heroin way back when in season 1. And Mojo magazine printed an article, which was an interview with her walking around to all the different places where she used to score drugs
Oh.
in London.
However, unlike Nico, she did get off a lot earlier.
She did get off, yes,
lot earlier.
yes, indeed. In fact, she got off in the late 70s, where she released the album Broken English, which, again, is another cracker of the 70s. It's a brilliant album.
Brilliant album.
I'd be surprised if there's anyone who hasn't heard it, or at the very least heard the single. But I really should contain my surprise because I'm sure there's lots of people who haven't heard the album.
I would say, once again, most of the people in the world haven't heard it.
That's sad, isn't it? But it was certainly more successful than, say, Pampered Menial by Pavlov's Dog.
Yep, most things were.
Yeah. It's a strange but a very, very strong collection of songs, compelling songs. It must have come as quite a shock to those people who were used to her voice, that she's got a dainty elfin voice that McCartney tries to copy, and then she comes out with that rasping type of thing on Broken English. Kiddies, cigarettes are bad for you. And
Interestingly, says here, just looking at Wikipedia as I do,
as you do.
in the 70s, she was not only a heroin addict, she was also homeless and anorexic.
Well, guess where all your money goes?
Hard work.
Yeah. It's not fun at all. Thank you. She
Sorry, just popped in.
Thank you.
I just popped in for a brief moment. I'll just go back to my little
Thank you so much.
my boudoir over here.
Yeah. Now, the album that Broken English was released on was Island.
Oh yeah.
B-52s, John Cale, lots of other people through the 70s. The visionary album, and it really shows how visionary Chris Blackwell, the head of Island or the founder of Island, was when he took a punt on the B-52s and on someone who could easily have been written off as this washed up has been drug addict, Marianne Faithfull. But I'm glad that it was a success for him as well, because it just helped cement his legend a wee bit. Broken English is in Bob Dimery's book, 1001 Albums That You Must Listen to Before You Die. It's an excellent choice, Bob. Yeah, I've taken issue with some of your selections before, but this is an awesome album. It was gold in Australia, Canada, France and New Zealand. The Americans didn't take to it quite as much. Bit difficult for them to understand, I guess. Well, why would somebody be singing in a rasping sort of voice sing a song about not praising the Baader-Meinhof gang? Are they from LA?
You don't heap praise on the American music audience for their interest in more avant-garde music, do you?
Well, no, because that would be false if I did.
Yes.
But there's also the fact that Americans don't know much about what happens beyond the Great Lakes and beyond the Mexican border.
They do not. And at the rate they're going, they'll know even less.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There was another song on the album called "Why'd You Do It," which is just chock-a-block. It's my least favourite song on the album, quite aside from all the chock-a-block full of words that you
angry,
use.
isn't it? Bit angry.
A bit angry, a bit sweary, a lot sweary, in fact. It's all these F's and C's and a whole lot of stuff that you'd be quite happy reading out, but I don't think we will.
Oh, good.
And
I don't think it's appropriate, personally, for her to be singing this sort of things because her mother was the daughter of an Austro-Hungarian nobleman. And I feel it's a little bit beneath her, given her noble ancestry, that she'd be using this sort of gutter language.
I think so. And do you know who her mother was?
Eva.
Countess Eva von Sacher-Masoch. And it's that Masoch, as in masochism.
That's right.
Yeah. And at the time, there was a TV host in Sydney on Australian TV called Steve Vizard.
Oh, yes.
Who, when she came out, he interviewed her and he just couldn't leave off about masochism. Yeah, and masochism. Yeah. So it must have been tough being a recording star, particularly after she'd gone through everything on her life, putting up with assholes like that.
But nonetheless, it's the family was opposed to the Nazi regime in Vienna, and that her father works for British intelligence.
Good guy.
See how good I am at reading sometimes.
You're very good. I didn't know you could read, but because I thought you only wanted audiobooks.
I could only barely read.
You've done good, Jeffrey.
Grammar's not my good point.
Yeah, exactly. This album was originally producers. It's not just. There's very few times when an artist comes out and has a vision of exactly what their stuff should be and carries that vision through, writes the songs, plays all the music, records it exactly so, and releases it exactly as they thought about before they went to the studio. And in this case, the producer had a dramatic effect on this album. She came in and she'd recorded it already, and it was going to be similar to the earlier style. He came in, what was his name? Mark Miller Mundy. He came in and took a look at the songs and said, no, they need to be updated. So he put that sort of new wave electro feel to it and made it the album that it is. And it's not a Depeche Mode, Cabaret Voltaire type of keyboard trip. But it really is. He uses them to create a lot of energy on all of the tracks.
So anyway, I'm not familiar with the Mundy work.
No, neither am I. He doesn't raise his head often, but he has raised his head on this album. And good luck to Mark, I say.
As far as I can tell on Wikipedia, he only has one entry, and that is in broken English.
Maybe he thought he couldn't go better than that, so he pulled the pin.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Could be. But he brought Stevie Winwood in.
He did. The keyboards on this album were by Stevie Winwood, and we talk about, do people get another Guernsey? And here's one. Stevie, not a big star after Traffic in the late 60s, and he came in, reprogrammed all of the stuff, played the keyboards on that album, and it really lifts it to be something else completely.
Yeah. True.
It's a song, as I said, inspired by the Baader-Meinhof terrorist gang, active in Germany in the 70s. Don't say it in Russian, don't say it in German, say it in broken English. What are you fighting for? It's not my reality. So she's basically saying you're dickheads.
Yeah.
It's a radio...
It does have a bit of a German feel to it though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Sort of dark and that sort of...
Yeah, she did very well indeed.
Nico-like, really,
it's
with the harmonium
like
and stuff.
Harmonium, good on you. Now, I know you don't listen to the lyrics, but the lyrics are there and they're easily picked up.
Right.
So, and it's a nice chorus. It's a wonderful song, but it's probably, for my money, it's not the best song on the album.
Oh.
There's a lot of competition. It's an album full of great stuff. She covers John Lennon's Working Class Hero.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a nice song.
It's good.
But I reckon John Lennon would have been alive then. He didn't die until 1980. And it's not recorded anywhere what his view on this cover of this song was, but I reckon he would have been quite happy with it.
I think he should be.
I think he would have been very pleased with the version. He was... Yeah, she's doing delicate songs in her previous life, Tears Go By and so on, singing roughly, singing Lennon material and using the original rude words. Yeah, exactly. With that loping, plodding bass that's there, her rasping voice, and occasional guitars, not overly laden with music, with musical instruments. It's a very simple song, and it really is very. Look, I'd say it's as good as Lennon's version, if not better, because. My version on Lennon is my take on Lennon is that he was great. He was really good. He was very encouraging for other musicians who he liked, and he created the bedrock of good stuff. And he left it open for lots of people to cover and do. And some of the best covers of Lennon's or Beatles stuff is Lennon's work because there's lots more air there for people to pick up. The best song on the album, for my money, is the Ballad of Lucy Jordan.
That's a great album.
It is a great song. It's a song by a fellow by the name of Shel Silverstein, who he was one of he was instrumental in the formation of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show before they became just a lovely album, a lovely radio band. Before that, they had stuff like cover of the Rolling Stone, where they equated success in the world with having your picture on the cover of Rolling Stone. So I'm going to buy 5 copies for my mother. Shel Silverstein also wrote Sylvia's Mother, which was a huge hit for Dr. Hook and the radio, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Yep.
And look, that's a really sad song.
He wrote, "My name is Sue. How do you do?"
Excellent. He's we've talked about Craftsman as in writing songs, and he is a perfect craftsman. Sylvia's Mother, I mean, Sue is an obvious song for Johnny Cash to take that.
Great song.
It's a great song with a great story, nice twists in it, beautiful words, and a finish, in the mud and the blood and the beer. What a beautiful way to finish that song. But Sylvia's Mother, it was a big hit on the radio, but it is so sad. The singer can't get onto the girl because the mother says, she can't talk to you because the mother's sending her away for an abortion.
Oh, is that what it's about?
Yeah.
I must read the lyrics.
Imagine that. Sylvia's mother says, Sylvia's busy, too busy to come to the phone. Sylvia's packing, so why don't you leave her alone? This song, The Ballad of Lucy Jordan, it'll be there in the playlist, folks, so have a listen to it. It's a perfect example of what we talk about when we rave about songwriting as a craft. It's a descent into madness in 3.5 minutes. It's just fantastic. Stevie Winwood on synthesizer, that's the juddering sound, that
that's right.
It underpins that whole nervous energy of the song. The lyrics by themselves, I like to quote lyrics, because I know that you've never read them.
Never read them. I rely on you to tell me what things mean.
And it paints a seemingly domestic picture that rapidly falls apart. Husband is off to work and the kids are off to school, and there are oh so many ways for her to spend the day. She'd clean the house for hours, or rearrange the flowers, or run naked through the shady streets, screaming all the way.
Jesus.
And towards the end of the song, she escapes to the rooftop where she climbed when all the laughter grew too loud. How you get? I said 3.5 minutes of a lifetime, right? The first verse starts, "The morning sun touched lightly on the eyes of Lucy Jordan," and the last verse starts off, "The evening sun touched lightly on." So in that 3 verses, she's gone. You've gone from a white suburban house in a perfect white suburban area to this poor woman who's gone to the rooftop to jump.
Now, I didn't realise that Dr. Hook also recorded the Ballad of Lucy Jordan. Yeah.
It's nowhere near the
can't imagine it be as edgy as he is.
Not as edgy as this version, no. But a good song is a good song and can be done by anybody.
Yeah.
And so the rooftop where she climbed when all the laughter grew too loud, and she bowed and curtsied to the man who reached and offered her his hand, and he led her down to the long white car that waited past the crowd. This makes it patently obvious that what's happened to her is not good for her. Richard Lowenstein, who was a director around that time, he did the film Dogs in Space.
Oh, yes, I remember
which is a great movie, but interesting. Yeah, yep. It was set in one house over one evening.
Yes, right.
And Michael Hutchins' girlfriend overdosed and died. Right, sorry for spoiler there. I should have said spoiler alert, but you're never going to watch this movie anyway. She overdoses, and we see her walking out of the house and getting into a white limo that's parked in the street. So he's used exactly this image, and a white filmy effect covers all of the characters. So Lowenstein's lifted it completely from this song. Well, I don't know whether he did or whether he had the idea separately, but exactly that feel of the girl overdosing and dying and going to a limousine and being carried off somewhere else. It's just great. It is.
Interesting.
The cover's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
It's with a blue light. It's shot with the blue light bright onto her face. Creates a shadow, covering her neck and her shoulder. The forearms over her face, covering her eyes with shadow.
They wouldn't bother using blue light nowadays. They just Photoshop it.
Yeah. Well, this is back in real days.
No, that's right. When they couldn't, they had no choice.
Yeah. There's still an art to photography.
Sure.
But many of the artistic things that they had to do to create a difference are no longer necessary. Yeah. So it means they've got to do more work in one way or another. There's one colour on the cover. There's 2 colours. There's the red dot of the end of a cigarette, and there's the yellow text with the name of the album.
Yeah,
Broken English. It's a brilliant effect.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good cover.
Yeah, really nice.
She's gone on. She's never had the success that she had with Broken English, but I've enjoyed her work since then for many years. She's released a lot of solo albums, And many of her songs sad, life lesson type songs. With Island, she released 2 albums with Island straight after Broken English. She did Dangerous Acquaintances and Child's Adventure. And I thought, well, Dangerous Acquaintances, you'd really know about that, wouldn't you? And she had a single, Intrigue, from Dangerous Acquaintances. And other songs there, For Beauty's Sake and Sweetheart. And they'll all be on the playlist. She's got often wistful or bitter reminiscences on a long gone past. Yeah. My father taught me to use my mind. My mother taught me scorn. Yeah. So that's from the album Kissing Time in 2002. And you can make what you like of this, but I think it's really sad. We saw the green fields turn into homes, such lovely homes. We saw the green fields turn into stone. Yeah. So,
Okay.
she's making a comment of it, about people's lives, hardening. You've got all the material goods, but it's not working.
She released an album in 2021.
Yeah. I haven't got. Have I? I don't know. I'll have to go and have a look.
Just on her website. Just looking. Sorry.
She's still releasing albums at this stage, in the mid-70s.
Yeah.
And each of those albums is really worth listening to. It's there's nothing with the angst that you find on Broken English, but some really nice and some very good lyrics. So she's still writing good lyrics, well past the time that most people have stopped working at all.
Well, we'll have to have a listen to it, this album, this one released in 2021, because she basically recorded it just before and during COVID-19 lockdown.
It's got a bit of angst on it then.
And the musical friends and family, including Warren Ellis, Nick Cave, and Brian Eno.
Oh, I have heard it. Yes. It's really good. Then she's worked a lot with Nick Cave over the years.
Yeah, right.
And Warren Ellis for that matter.
Yeah,
because they've become inseparable in their soundtrack work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, she in the English music industry, she's a bit of a grande-dame of sorts. Yeah, she's worked with the cream of the British music industry.
I thought you meant the band then for a minute.
No, they're all gone.
Yeah,
no, except for Clapton, who died anyway. But we're talking about Cave and Ellis. That Before the Poison, her 2004 album, was produced by Nick Cave and Warren Ellis.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Warren Ellis plays, and I listen to it because I don't automatically jump to see who the producer is unless it strikes me as something that I want to know. But I'm listening to it and I think that's Warren Ellis. And it'd be nice to have such a style with your playing of your instrument that people can hear it without, a bit like Brian May. You always know it's Brian May playing.
You do.
But Warren Ellis, I thought, I know that violin style. And it was him. It was great. It was lovely. She's a bit like a French chanteuse, a torch singer. She had an early album, early in the period after Broken English, called Blazing Away, which was a live album, and it's lovely. It's really very good, but it's live, and no sound tricks, no extended music solos or anything like that. It's just Marianne, and she does a really, really nice job. Last bit. This is going to send you off the edge.
Oh, I'm on the edge already.
I can see some similarities between Marianne Faithfull and Nico.
Of course.
I said that to my wife, and she near choked on her homemade muesli. She said, "Marianne is much more listenable."
Yeah, but it's different. I agree.
Exactly, yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm not
Which
a huge
bit do you agree with?
That she definitely has a Nico feel to her.
Yeah.
The voice has a similar, well, in my view, has a similar feel to it. Just doesn't have the German accent.
Oh.
But she does. She's got that sort of grovelly sort of, in broken English anyway.
Yeah.
It definitely has a Nico ambience to it without some of the edgy stuff that Nico gets into, but it certainly does.
And you can play Marianne at a dinner party.
You can indeed, and people will usually know it reasonably well, won't they?
I wouldn't think so, but they wouldn't be
the people
they wouldn't be challenged
hold
by
on
it.
At your dinner party, they'll know it. Or else they'd just be fucking out. Yes, anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And if you like this, tell your friends about us. Also, contact us at mickandthefatman@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks very much. See you next time.